Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to use the different select tools in here. So one is the marquee select, and you can do a circle or square. This is not a very precise, this is only if you know that you want that thing that you're going to be cutting out to be like an oblong. Like it might work for his head because his head's kind of an oblong. So what I do is I select it. But if I want his head to be the thing that is here, right? I cut everything else out except for the head. I have to go to select, invert selection, right? And then now you can see that the background's selected. So I'm going to go back to select, invert selection. If I hit Control X, that'll cut it out. If I do Control C, all it's going to do is copy. And if I do Control V, now you can see I have two heads on there. And then I can take this head and I can move it around. The cool thing is if you look over at your layers, it's made a new layer for you. So you can choose to see that layer or not. Another thing that you can use is this lasso tool. So there's a free lasso tool, and that's like so that you kind of go in and kind of get as close to his head as possible. I'm not doing that great here. Usually with this lasso tool, you can actually, if you're using a mouse or your finger on your touchpad screen, it's a little bit easier. But once you get to the end there and they're kind of touching each other, it creates a thing that's going to be cut out. So I'm going to go to Control C, Control V, and now you can see I have the head I cut out. Take your ads off. Another way to use this is this polygon tool, and the polygon tool lets you create polygons. Like it makes it more of a rectangle, or not rectangle, or a polygon shape, like much more angular. Right? And then when you get to the end, you just click, and now you have the collection. I can Control C, copy, Control V, paste. Now I have that head twice, but you can see it cut it out in more of like a polygon shape. You can also use what's called a Bezier curve. And what this is doing is it's more of a curved one. So every time I click, it creates a new curve for me to like deal with. I have found the Bezier curve on Pixlr to be kind of annoying. On Photoshop, the Bezier curve works a lot better. But I found done here, it's kind of annoying. So another way that you can use this is called the magnetic tool. And what it does is it looks for everything that is about the same tone as the thing that you're trying to cut out. So as long as you stay close to the face and the face has a different tone than the background, this allows you to choose it. It's not, I often do this to begin with, and then I'll show you what I do after. So there, just gonna double click, and now I have it, right? But like notice this weird thing over here. Something I can do now is I can use the free one, and I can remove from selection. So now I can actually come in here and go, okay, I don't want this. And I can get a little bit better about the way I select things. I don't want this. Right, so now I can kind of go in and make it a little bit better. So that's how you can use all of these lasso tools. The wand select, when you go select, deselect, the wand select chooses colors that are similar. So if I choose like the hat, it chooses all the kind of whites there. If you want to, you can do add to selection and say you want the whole hat. Just kind of start clicking around in the hat until the whole thing looks to be connected. Now the problem is because of some of this white is down here as well. But again, you can always use this thing, remove from selection, and come in and take out what you don't want, right? So that's what the wand tool does. I'm gonna go to select, deselect. You can also use this thing here. it does it quickly, and you can use all the different tools when doing this, but it's a mask. It doesn't actually truly cut it out. Instead, what it does is it creates a mask for this thing so that it doesn't do much. So we're gonna stick with this for right now, and I'm just gonna do kind of a quick draw around his head. I'm gonna do a quick collage for you guys. So I'm just gonna do a quick draw around his head. Oh, why didn't you? Oh, it's because I had that selected wrong. Now you do this one. Sorry, guys. There we go. Do a quick draw around his head. And I'm going to do Control C. I'm going to copy it. Now I put a jellyfish over here. I'm going to put, now if I do, I'm going to go to Layer, New Layer, and while I'm in that layer, I'm going to do Control V, and it's going to put his head in here. Now I want his head to be on the jellyfish, so I'm going to make it about the same size as this jellyfish thing, right? And now I'm going to go to Image. Sorry, nope. I'm going to Edit, Free Distort, and now I can start to take his head and have it look like it's on the jellyfish. Just based on kind of how I make it look. And the kind of cool thing about the layers as well is now I can get out of here. So I'm going to go to, oops, up, yes, I want to apply. Give me a second. And now I'm going to go stay in that layer, and now I'm going to do adjustments, and I'm going to do, where is it? Hue and saturation. And I'm going to change the hue so that he looks like that. And I'm going to saturate it a little bit. I'm going to make it a little bit darker. Right? So now I have this kind of like interesting thing. Another thing I can do is in here, I can click new layer, but then from image, right? And this is going to then open up my computer screen to all the pictures I have in here. And I'm thinking about like, what do I have in here? I don't have a ton in here anymore because I got rid of it. I don't think my pictures is working right now. You know what? Let's do this. Let's have him, I want to make a planet. I'm going to go into my Google. I'm going to go to images, and I'm going to pick a planet. So it's fine. I'm going to right click. I'm going to copy that image, go back to Pixlr, and I'm going to paste that image. It's going to be huge, but it's another layer. So what I can do now is I can go to image or edit, transform, and then up here I can change the width and the height. So I'm going to change that to 0, and I'm going to say the width is going to be 100, nope. 300, nope. 500. So I'm kind of messing around with it to see how I want it to look. Okay, that looks good. So now I'm going to view. I'm going to get out of it. I'm going to hit yes. I'm going to go to view, 200%. That's going to bring me, sorry, that's not what I wanted to do. A little bit closer in to my planet. So now I can actually kind of go in and cut it out. Do a rough cutout. But I'm kind of doing all this not because you guys are going to do the same thing, but just to kind of show you how to do like a collage so that it looks like so you're making something kind of artsy and fun. So then I'm going to do Control C and then Control V, and it's made a new layer for me. So now I can actually take this layer and I can delete it. And so now I have this planet. I'm going to select the planet by going like that, and I'm going to put it kind of up here. I'm going to go to View, fit on split screen, and I'm going to actually move it where I want it to be because I want it to kind of look like he's in space, right? So I showed you kind of a couple different ways that you can use the select tools and different ways that you can put things together to make a collage.